application or whoever it may be. For example, you want to do the migration, you want to do the any kind of action. What are the things it will be the part of that? Everything should be it is included. So we can see that here everyone course of action will be different. For example, I will be the development guy, I am the production guy, I am the developer. So in the services, as per the my need, okay, I am going to use the some sort of the actions. For example, I don't want all the things. For example, I don't want the IoT analytics. Okay, no need, but the AWS is supporting. If you want to means we can use it and we can pay the amount. So that is what the expectation. So you can come from the starting. So like a compute is a nothing but, okay, it is a kind of server. Generally we are calling as a servers, right? The servers we are calling as a compute into the AWS technology. Here we can perform the lot of the action related to the server. What are those? We are calling as server as a EC2. EC2 instance. In VMware, we are calling as a VM virtual machine, right? So coming to the AWS, here we are calling as EC2 instance. There we can provide a lot of the services related to the AWS. What are those? For example, Lightsail is one of the services, Lambda is one of the services, Batch is one of the services, Elastic Beanstalk is one of the services, and related to the particular service, particular server or instance, whatever the major things it will be there for the creation purpose, managing purpose, everything will be the part of that. Not only that one, for example, if you want to perform some kind of the actions into the security related, okay, so the security identity compiler, this is the particular service will be available. For example, I have my servers, I have my database, or let it be I have some sort of the other application. So I need to have a security, right? When we're discussing about the AWS technology, okay, the futures and algorithms, so there is one point it is raised by the one thing is that physical security and cloud security. So we are discussing about the cloud security, how the cloud security will be there, and what are the options we are going to get it to control our data interaction into the, and how we can avoid the unnecessarily issues, and how we can control the hackers and all, and where we can provide a control mechanism for our data and services, our databases and servers. The beauty of the thing is that here we can create the services, or we can create the number of options into the in multiple ways. For example, server level security, service level security, okay, port level security, application level security, and firewall level security, and directory level security. And there is like a storage level also. You can see that these are the we are calling as storage buckets. The storage bucket level also security. Everything we can perform into the security, identity, and compliance. So here every option will be working with a number of ways. Nothing but here every option will be having the number of features. There we have to configure manually. Nothing but the thing is that option is there. If I want to use the option means I need to configure my server. I need to configure my services. Then only I can perform the any kind of the actions. You can see that here some of the things like secret managers, guard duty, okay, Amazon inspector, Amazon Maki, and IAM identity center, certificate manager. There is a if you can remember, the certificate manager is a kind of the thing it is provided, like when I was discussing about the banking sector and all, the website mechanism. Okay, the HTTPS, the security mechanism will be there. Nothing but how your antivirus will be there, like McAfee and okay, Avast antivirus. So these certificate mechanism will help you out to install the certificates and renew the certificates and embed the certificates. Nothing but installing the certificates on your application, servers, services, or wherever it may be, for the controlling of the mechanism. For example, the certificate mechanism come into the picture for the controlling. For example, if particular services, if the end users means who are there, I am the nothing but the admin, not the admin, the guy is end user. The person who is servicing the service. For example, there is Amazon website is there. Amazon website, it was developed into the particular development center. It was developed with some set of that means developers and everything. So they are not the end users. The end users is nothing but the persons who are managing outside of the admin group. For example, let it be I want to book the something into the Amazon or Flipkart. So I'm installing the app. Searching for some sort of the actions. I'm booking the things. So for this process of the things, I need to install the app. That is a primary thing. And moreover, I need to be trusted. So how the become the trusted mechanism is going to happen? That is going to happen from where your IP address, everything will be going to be validated at the moment of the time. Based on that, they are going to provide access to the set of the member. In the same way, for example, you performing the some kind of the banking sector applications. So you perform some kind of the financial related things. So it is not allowing everyone to access the things. There is some hackers also will be there. There is some set of the other persons all over there. If you want to access the set of the things, you need to be authorized person. So for that, you need to follow the some set of the things. For example, just for example, at the time of the few minutes back, at the time of the registering the AWS account, so what we done? So we given our PAN card number, we given our identification number. Why? Because everyone create the things and all, but the thing is that we need to showcase our identity. If something goes wrong, that identity part will going to be take up into the court situation, because it want to avoid the unnecessary situation. When the identification come into the picture, people will go with the clarity of the data and proactivity of the data. So to overcome that one, we are making the certain mechanism in security checks. Okay. And the thing is that key management services, nothing but how the security and the key mechanism, nothing but whom to open, whom to not open, each and everything. And the firewall manager, as I said, when coming to the what is a firewall? Firewall is a nothing but it is a kind of gateway. It will allow the users to enter into our infrastructure. For example, there is one person he want to access our website. As initially we discussed, public and private. So public is a nothing but everyone can able to access the particular website. For example, let it be google.com. So as a moment of the time, let it be we can consider as example google.com is a public website. So everyone can able to access with a domain of http and from anywhere, whether you need to have a internet access. So here, what is a private? So for example, if the guy is having internet banking, the internet banking person, whoever will be the particular candidate, he need to access the website means you need to have a permissions. There, the what are the permission? One is the security checks like a user ID, proper things and all, and moreover, that particular website need to be open to the some set of the engineers, some set of the members, some set of the ports. The ports also one of the major factor when coming to the cloud technology. Not only cloud technology, especially into the server level and service level. Nothing but whatever the transfer is happening from the source to destination, it is happening with a flow of ports only. Nothing but the port need to be open. It is a kind of the blocking area. Once the port is open, particular service will going to be enabled and that particular service is going to be executed. So that is the reason ports are very major crucial actions into the live environment. So here, how to maintain the ports mechanism and how to add the user. For example, most of the times we are allowing 10 members, 7 members, 8 members, or whatever. There is a range of the members. How we can add it, how we can make it every can globally to add everyone like a google.com, and what are the strategies are there, and these are the things. And not only that one, okay, like a private certificate authority, not only public, we can do the private certificate authority also security hubs. So there is some security hubs means hub level, okay, security level, and there is some security checks will be we are going to implement it. Audit the manager. So auditing of the manager is nothing but see when there is some sort of the things was already you installed, you are running the things. So periodically, every month, usually how the things will be happening in the production environment means every quarterly, every half yearly, every annually, they are going to validate who are the persons got access and whether these persons are valid or not. For example, let it be I'm the person I taken the approval for the 6 months. But for example, just think of the reality in a production. If the 6 months of the period is nearby, but still I'm getting the access. So if something is a bad in my mind, I can able to do the manipulate with my data, and I can do the some sort of the actions to overcome that one. What I need, the companies need to do it, especially financial sectors, especially any banking sector, sensitive sectors. What they will use to do that, okay, auditing of the data. The auditing in the sense means they are going to validate it who have access, whether they have a genuine guys, and what are the level of access, per how many times they access, and what are the protocols they are used, what are the port numbers are they are used. They are going to calculate each and everything from the in-depth level. And the security lake is a nothing but that is a combination of number of layers, okay, like a port checking, okay, firewall checking, okay. The flow of the checkings will be how the things will be happening, nothing but once you entered, you need to be past the firewall, then you need to complete the ports level, then you need to go with application level also you need to be authorized person, then only you can go with execution of the things. Once execution, if you want to get it means again you need to have a authorized person, execution permissions you need to have. These are the things. So there is one more called a WAF shield. So this WAF shield is some kind of extra privileges to the environment. Nothing but usually there is one server is there. The particular server will be having the already security mechanism was placed. So I want to provide some sort of additional security. For example, you people are probably listening the DigiLockers, some kind of the mechanism which we are using into the internet banking, right? So especially when you are giving your debit card, credit cards, okay, especially into the commerce, e-commerce websites and all, you can get the some option. Please go with the DigiLocker. It will be secure. Some kind of the options at the time of booking the things it will come in. Means usually every card will be connecting with the user by using the OTP or by using some kind of the phone call mechanism and all. Already securities exist, but still they want to provide the some kind of when we are using our data into the third party level, third application level, okay, if you want to make it, the data should be transparent and protective and sensitive data when we are handling. If you want to go through the some set of the extra privileges means extra checkpoints, we are going to place it by using the WAF and shield. So these are the some sort of additional security mechanism which we are going to implement into the environment level. Okay, so the next one is that Amazon verified permissions. So here, as I said, so the permission will be going to be happen into the how you are going to verify the user is a secure guy. So usually when you are using the e-commerce site, your website will be going to validate into the two things. One is that if you are using your banking sector, one is that by using the OTP, by using the call, or by using the particular mail. But still, there is a kind of the other mechanism also we can use it by using the MFA, multi-factor authentication. It means that you can generate a temporary OTP, dynamic OTPs like RSA. We are calling as RSA. Probably people are not seen. RSA is a nothing but it is a kind of usually providing the dynamic OTPs, dynamic passcodes. We are calling as passcodes. Means the dynamic numbers will be coming. That dynamic number you need to be enter, and that will be help you out. And the next one is that it's related to the payment as usual. So when you are dealing with, as I said, right, when you are dealing with the e-commerce websites and all, okay, there is a payment cryptography will be also there. Nothing but whatever the card number you entered, whatever the card details you entered, that is not going to be directly embedded with the into the server directly. So what the happening will be, the gateway time itself, it will going to be encrypt the data, and it will pass through the internet, and it will be stored into the Amazon website or somewhere by using through the bank. It will be stored and the amount will be deducted, but the data of the transmission is going to be happen, especially into the payment gateways, into the encrypted. cryptography format, nothing but data will be happening into encrypted and pre-crypted format. And the next is that IAM. IAM is nothing but a kind of the directly user level access. Okay, which user I need to access, which user I should not be access, what are the privileges are there, what are the major features are there, each and everything we are going to given nothing but we are going to add a users. For example, when you join your institute, if you want to learn the particular course, if you want to learn the particular thing, means directly they are not allowing, right? So they are what they are doing, first of all, you people are need to be register. Once you register, you have to pay the amount, nothing but you need to opt the services. Once you need to opt the services, then it will going to be going to the next level, nothing but the data transformation, nothing but the course will be start and the course will be complete, the data flow will be going to be happen. So once you learn the course, it doesn't mean that directly you can transfer the data, nothing but the encrypted data means, so you should not share those data to the outside of the member. They are going to share some kind of the control mechanism. They're going to place it into the server level. Okay, so these are the security related things. And apart from that, there is a, you can see that here, this is storage. So I'm going to explain not every services. I'm going to touch upon the what are the major services which we are using into the day-to-day activities into the production environment, because there is a lot of the services will be there. Every service we can spend it more than a day, we can have a discussion, but the thing is that we are going to discuss about the some of the services which will be useful for real time. Okay, here what is a S3? You can see that this is a storage. First one is compute. Compute is a nothing but a server. Okay, storage is a nothing but we are going to discuss about the how we can store the data. When you have the any server, when you have the any laptop, okay, usually we are going to discuss about the how you are going to store a data. Okay, here the data can be stored into the multiple ways. See, one is that S3. S3 is a nothing but a bucket mechanism where the data will be stored into the S3 in different level. Here we have a kind of the concept called journals. Okay, multiple zone level. Okay, and multiple regions also. So what is a zone and what is regions? So nothing but zones means, for example, there is a kind of the real time example, as I said earlier. Okay, your data is stored into the Hyderabad, and when you are trying to access, okay, some part of the time there is a, you caught with some kind of the situation due to the floods or kind of the situation, the data is going to be into the critical. So what you need to do it, okay, what the people are doing to making the number of creation of the zones, for example, Mumbai zone, Bangalore zone, Chennai zone, or Hyderabad zone, like a four zones they created. On top of the zones, they are going to place it into the, let it be multiple dynamically, they are creating into the, let it be uh, one zone they are creating the payments, one zone they are creating the restoration, one zone they are creating to the multiple things, or splitting of the data into the multiple zones parallelly. Okay, nothing but syncing will be like a production DR. That is also we can do it. Nothing but we are trying to reduce the downtime by using, especially at the time of data accessing, data manipulating internally into the multiple, into the zone level, data center level. So there is other things also there, especially when coming to the storage, how you are going to take a backup, how you are going to perform the number of options into the disaster recovery. I said you right. What is a disaster recovery? Disaster recovery is nothing but, for example, right now Chennai many floods are there. Okay, the data, let it be my data center is not functioning well due to the power cuts, or there is a lot of water of stages, okay, stacked into the places, and there is a lot of the things will be happening. So how my business will going to be run for the particular moment of the time, let it be 1 month or 1 year or one day. So I need to have a disaster recovery. So how the disaster recovery going to be happen, I need to parallelly place the my servers or place the my data into the multiple zones, okay, regions. How I need to go into place it, for example, you can see that here we have a multiple options, nothing but Mumbai. Okay, so we can see that here right now we have a Hyderabad also, and India majorly we are having the two places, one is Hyderabad and one is Mumbai. Okay, we have an option to select where I need to place the my data. For example, I want to place the my data into this data center, let it be Oregon. So there is Ohio, otherwise Canada, I want to place it into the Europe, I want to place it into South Africa. Means I can place my data into the any place without hesitation, nothing but there is a kind of, you can see that right now I'm into this particular data center, I'm accessing this particular data. Reason I'm going to access means I can pull the data from here if I'm authorized. I'm making my things should be bold. If we are authorized, then only we can perform the things into the dynamically. If we are not authorized, we cannot perform the things. Okay, and how you are going to take a backup? So I understood that, okay, let it be my place, my data is there into multiple places, and I have a security, I have a lot of the things, I agree. So what about the backup? How I'm going to take the backup? For example, usually we are going with incremental backup, full backups. Otherwise, a lot of the backups we are going to happen frequently. So how the backup mechanism is going to be work, especially into the storage level? Okay, that is also we are going to discuss. And how the storage gateway, as I said, the storage gateway is something, okay, which we need to be have a lot of the scope. For example, this is your s3. S3 is nothing but your particular storage. This is your storage. Let it be, this is your data center. Let it be, this is your another data center. If you want to access the data from here to there or here to there, and you want to get a update or response from the data, so let it be I'm having the one more place. This was internally connected to the, this is the dr. So these are dr data, how the data will be going to back up here, or how the data will be going to be dr from the source destination. I'm going to validate it. So and the thing is that when you are performing this kind of the actions, one is that security is a primary thing, how the my security will be happening, how the my backup will be happening, how the data will be stored. Okay, what is the cost, what is the cost? And apart from that, so these things and all, if you want to perform means there is a kind of gateway mechanism. So gateway is nothing but there is a standard firewall kind of a mechanism. If you want to access this particular S3 means you need to log into this environment. From this environment only you can able to access this one. And this guy also you need to go with a gateway. From gateway you need to access nothing but I am giving the extra extra privileges, extra security to the my environment, nothing but even directly accessing the storage. If I done some kind of any mistakes means I would have the lost the data. I don't want to lose the data. So what I'm going to do it, I want to make myself secure by using some sort of the commands. Those commands are, okay, nothing but installing the gateway. Gateway is a kind of firewall type. It was installed in the environment. It will be useful for the large portion of data. Okay, so glacier is one of the another concept. Okay, we are calling as that this is one kind of database. Okay, so advanced, especially into the cloud level, how we are going to do it, what are the advantages and all, we are going to have some trial run on that one. So there is one more thing is there. So this is about the storing of the data. Just storing like in pen drive, how your data is storing like that, or hard disk how data is storing like that. The mechanism to store the data. Now, if you are dealing with the databases, so what are the databases? The databases will be come up with a set of the queries and relations will be there. For example, there is a data I want to there is a data I want to store the data into the multiple places. For example, employee data or relational data or sales data or purchases data or promotion data. There is some database is there. Let it be MySQL, Oracle, some sort of the RDS database, relational databases is there. Those databases, how I'm going to place it into the cloud. Okay, what is the mechanism of I'm using, and what are the services are providing from the AWS. So these are the number of the services which are providing from the AWS side. Everything will be the act like a one by extra privileges. For example, Elastic AG, okay, Naptune, Amazon QLDB, okay, Amazon Document DB, Amazon Key Spaces, Amazon Time Stream, okay, DynamoDB. These are the different type of the databases which is provided by the AWS. So based on my requirement, for example, my requirement is very normal, optimal. Otherwise, it is okay to I need to go with okay. Uh, Particular this service means if you click on that one, you can see that automatically it will going to be created. Nothing but here we need to go with the create a database, and we can perform the what means we need to register. We need to register first. How we can register? We need to provide the some sort of the prerequisites. Nothing but we need to provide the some sort of the information to the okay storage level. So this is the, coming to the database. Next one is that migration. So right now coming to the migration, migration is the one of the major aspect which is used into the real time. For example, let it be my client initially he is holding the VMware, he is holding the let it be physical servers. After some time he is not happy with the physical servers or VM servers or whatever the environment he is using. So he want to expand his data, expand his business. So what he done, he trying to migrate the data from the physical server to the cloud and VM server to the cloud. Okay, there is a kind of strategy he want to follow. So when the migration will come into the picture, it will be consisting of a lot of instruction. So when the data migration is happening, first of all we need to think of that where is the source data and where is the data, where is the destination data. First thing is that how we can connect the network wise. Second thing is that what are the features we can adopt it and we can transfer from the one place to other. Third thing is that what is the cost is going to be happen when you're going for the migration. Okay, fourth thing is that how much the data is secure when you're going for the migration. Okay, so here the lot of the checkpoints I need to be calculated. Every point will be related to the your financial aspects. For example, a client is looking for the financial wise and the no database more secure. You don't want to transfer the data. What he said means okay, physically you can move the data to the um, physical journal. From there you can transfer the data. Nothing but he want to do the some kind of the actions. Okay, there is a he want to perform the some kind of the manual work also. So based on that we are going to do it. So otherwise now we are going with the creation of the new instance or creation of the new database. From there directly you can copy the data from the physical and you can store it in the database. This is also one side of a requirement also that we can perform the both things. But based on the requirement I'm going to perform it here. One is that so transferring the family, what are the services are there, application level, how I can do it, and disaster recovery, and AWS application migration level, what are the services are there, and how I can sync the data. See, for example, I transferred my data from the source to destination. Okay, the client after that, so we need to sync the data. What is the sync? Syncing is a kind of the mechanism. It will be calculating the source and destination values which are up to date or not. So it's going to be validated that both are up to date or not. Whether the data is anything missing means it's going to be updated without hesitation immediately. So how we can perform it? If you want to perform that one means source and destination need to have a standard trusted mechanism. First thing. Second thing is that the data should be proactively same. If little bit of changes are there means it going to be reflected or overwrite into the source or destination as per our requirement. Okay, so next go to the next one, network. So obviously network is obviously primary one of the major object. Okay, when the network coming to the picture, so if you want to deploy the any server into the any environment, here some sort of the things will be going to be happen. One is that network level, how it will be installed, mapped, and how it was directed, how we need to create a gateways, how we created the VPs, how we created the route 53 activities, each and everything. Route 53 is nothing but DNS activities. So how we are going to perform each and everything we are going to discuss into the here. And coming to the development, as I said, Developer tools is nothing but if for example I don't want the server and all, I want to know that development related stuff. Here is the some development related tools also available. This tool will be used by the developers whenever they need the need of transforming or updating or manipulating or managing the data from the anywhere. Okay, and these are the different type of the services and robotic services. And apart from that, right, these are the you people are probably learning missionary learning, right? In AWS also we have a missionary learning concepts. Okay, here also we can able to see that these are the services supporting for the missionary learnings. And application integration, if you want to integrate your application into the cloud, okay, how to set up the application, how to app flow, how to you can deploy the things, how to you can validate the things. Okay, and snow ease and everything, especially snowflakes migration integrations type application side. Okay, we are going to validate these things. So the major thing is that cloud. Okay, financial management. So when the cloud come into the picture, the financial aspects. So what is the AWS marketplace? The AWS marketplace is something like that, which is a open source for the how your Google Play, Google Play, you are downloading your apps or anything, right, which is there in the market. In the same way, here, if you want to means we can download the operating system. If you want to means we can download the latest operating system. It's a kind of the dumb place. But the thing is that it's not for the free. We have a free versions also, we have a paid versions also. If we need, we can broad the OS. If we need, we can broad the operating system level. If we need means we can broad the some kind of the actions into the needed whenever it is required. Okay, so next thing is that, okay, I performed all the things, I done the things. How I need to do the billing? So how the bill is going to be calculated? As I said that billing is going to be calculated paper, particular hour or minute wise. How it will be nothing but particular hourly, how many minutes are used. Okay, how many minutes are it was a billable, how many minutes was it was the non-billable. Everything we are going to calculate the data, and everything will be going to manipulate the data. Nothing but we have to be. Next one is how we can generate the bills and summary. Here, for example, when you people are using your electricity into the your home and all, how the people is going to be generating the bill and all. So nothing but, okay, last month how much it was the amount it was came to the your home, and right now what is the amount, nothing but what is the reading capacity. And both of them they are going to calculate the different